What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with a brand new season for The Real Housewives of Dubai. This is going to be season number 2. This is episode number 1. And before we go ahead and jump into the season, you guys, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and then having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video, you guys. And with that out the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this episode of The Real Housewives of Dubai, shall we? All right, you guys. So season 2 is back after a pretty long break that they had. Because you guys remember season 1 ended in 2022. And so, wait, was it 22 or 21? Whichever one it was. I can't be for sure about when that first season ended. But it's been a while since we've had Real Housewives of Dubai. I know that they filmed everything that they filmed is from last year. So the footage isn't like significantly old. It's not as old as like Love and Marriage DC over on OWN was. So we're not that ancient yet. But season 2 is back. Everyone is back this season with the exception of what was her name? Nina Ali. So we have Lisa Milan is back. Caroline Stanberry is back. Sarah Almondani is back. Chanel Ayan is back, and that other black lady is back as well. And then we have a new woman by the name of Talene. So we will go ahead and get into the episode. The episode is titled it's the V.V.I.P. So let me know if you guys watched this episode, what your thoughts and opinions were. Honestly, I wasn't considering I was thinking about like, do I want to review it and do I not want to review it? Because from remembering season 1 wasn't that enjoyable for me of Dubai. But I decided, you know what? Let's do it. It ain't nothing else on TV at this current time. So why not do it? And so here we are. We're going to be doing The Real Housewives of Dubai season number 2. So I guess I'll start up with the person who gave the absolute least in this episode, and that is going to be Sarah. No offense to you, Sarah, girl. I just don't know what that scene was that you gave. I know she's doing spiritual healing, and I have nothing negative to say about the spiritual healing aspect of the episode. If it's working for her, then, congratulations to her. That's really all I got to say, because I was thoroughly confused about that whole entire scene, especially when she put her face in that pillow and she was just screaming. So I guess she was releasing whatever she was releasing. Yeah, I have nothing to say about it. I really truly don't. We'll talk about Sarah a little bit more once we get towards the end of the episode, when we see all the ladies get together for the first group event. To be honest with you guys, when it comes to Sarah, I honestly felt like they could have scrapped Sarah last season. She's a beautiful girl, but for me personally, Sarah fell flat last season. That's just my personal opinion and my little 2 cents about the situation. Sarah fell flat for me last season on Real Housewives of Dubai. Now, you guys may agree or disagree, and it's fine if you do. If you don't, it is what it is as well, right? But we're going to go ahead and move on to the next person, and that is going to be Stanberry. Now, we could have, with Stanberry, the more I watch her and Sergio together, the more I think to myself, there's no way that this lady really wants to be in a relationship with this man because she seems extremely annoyed with Sergio. Is it just me? Am I the only person that gets that vibe from her that she's annoyed with Sergio? Like, please let me know what you guys think down in the live chat and also in the comment section. But yeah, every time I see Stanberry with Sergio, it just gives annoying because she talked about the fact that They live with one of her best friends. It was supposed to be for 3 weeks, but now it has turned into 12 weeks. And, they have, sex a lot less. And she seemed happy with that. I was like, oh. And for the life of me, I really want Sergio to stop referring to it as Tiki Tiki. I was like, oh God. When I saw Sergio darken my screen, I was like, the seventh housewife is back this season. The seventh housewife is back. I remember last season after, was it during the season or what? No, it was during the season because they talked about it at the reunion when Sergio was going back and was when Sergio was having his Twitter beef with Lisa last season. And I was like, oh, okay. You go after everybody else. Y'all go after all the black, well, except for one. Y'all go after the two black women. Because I remember at the last season's reunion that it was Stanberry, Ina Ali, Sarah, and the other black lady. They were all hanging out with each other tough after the reunion. And I was just like, oh, this is what we're doing. I was like, you know what? Cool. It's a little odd. And it's very odd for y'all to be divided like this. And y'all are only on your first season of the show. But hey, it is what it is. Hold up, you guys. So my internet connection may be in and out because I'm realizing that it's raining here in Dallas. So the internet connection may be a little wonky. Hopefully, it stays until I finish this review. But yeah, so we also found out from Caroline that she and Sergio, they've done IVF and they have a baby boy embryo that is on ice until she's ready to go through with the pregnancy. And the way it sounds, it doesn't really sound like Stanberry really wants to go through with that pregnancy. But that's just the vibe that I got. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section. Their home. Now, when she was talking about what all she had to do to get the house, I was like, wow, you got to do a physical test to be able to get a house in Dubai. Okay, I guess if it makes sense to them over there in Dubai, it makes sense to them over there in the good old UAE. So next up, since I won't be mentioning that woman on my channel, the other black lady besides Lisa and Ayan, since I won't be mentioning her on the channel because I think she's a complete and total lunatic. Um, what I'll do is, and I'll actually say this real quickly on the channel because I did see on Twitter that her niece was murdered. So my heart goes out to her for that, and I hope that she is with her family and she's healed. They're getting through this process of losing a loved one. You know, I know that feeling, especially I know that feeling of a loved one being taken so senselessly by the hands of someone else. So I do know what that feels like, and I do empathize with her. I just don't want to discuss her on my channel because I just think that, like I said, the lady is completely unhinged. So I won't discuss her. What I will say about her is the new girl, Talene. We are introduced to Talene through her. So Talene is from the U.S. and she's from Virginia. She was born in Virginia, raised in L.A., and she's a musician as well. So she let us know that she moved to Dubai with her husband. She didn't know anybody in Dubai, and she met that lady, and they've been friends now for almost 10 years. Now, the theme of this episode was the fact that the ladies, which I think I saw this when it happened, because I follow Lisa on Instagram and I know I follow Ayan. I follow Lisa, Ayan, and Sarah all on Instagram, right? But Sarah didn't go. But Lisa, Ayan, the other black lady, Stanberry, and Celine, they all went to the Beyonce concert that happened last year in around January, I believe. So Lisa and Ayan were in the VVIP section, and the other three were down in the front row. So they still had great seats to see Beyonce, right? And so Stanberry is saying that Celine, I guess she must have face planted in front of her, and so all you could see was her butt and her vagina, right? That's what Stanberry says. But Celine says, she had I think she had a G string on, so you couldn't see nothing like that. Her hoo ha didn't make an appearance. That is what Celine says. So the other black lady, I guess, she feels a way that Stanberry is talking about her friend. We'll see how that plays out as the season goes along, and we'll go ahead and move on to our next person, you guys. Now, the next person that I want to talk about is going to be Chanel Ayan. Now, what I will say is, if you guys watched season one of Real Housewives of Dubai, then you guys saw that towards the end of the season, Lisa and Ayan definitely wasn't seeing it for Nina. They wasn't seeing it for Stanberry. And I thought it was interesting, like I said earlier, leaving the reunion, that the other black lady and Sarah, they were buddy buddy with Nina and with Stanberry. I found that quite odd because there was nothing had happened between those women for them to go against Lisa and Ayan. But that's neither here nor there. So Ayan is meeting up with Stanberry for lunch. And you guys know last season Ayan made so many jokes about Stanberry's age. Now, what I will say is for Stanberry's age, she looks really good, right? Only thing about Stanberry is I don't like those interview looks that she has. The leopard one, I definitely I don't like that leopard one. I do like the red one better. And then the thing with the leopard look is her hair. I don't know what that was up on top of her head. I wasn't the biggest fan of that. But other than that, she I will say she looks great. I just don't like her outfits. So they talked about how much fun it was, at Beyonce's, it was the Atlantis, I think it was. They talked about how much fun that was. Then they also talked about their kids because you guys remember Chanel Ayan's son, Taj, he's going to college, and so is Stanberry's daughter, Yasmin. And they're actually both coming to the States, and they're a little, worried about their kids coming over here to go to school. And I can understand where they're coming from. Honestly, I can, especially with all that goes on here in America, and especially with the violence that happens in the schools these days. I absolutely understand their hesitation and their reluctancy with their kids leaving. But you have to trust your kids, right? You can't shelter them and you can't protect them from everything. So at some point you kind of have to release the reins and let them go out into the world and become the people that they are meant to become. So they also talked about, if you guys remember last season with Ayan, she sat down with Sarah and they did a therapy session where Ayan revealed some very dark things that happened in her past. And so Ayan says that after that episode, I think after the episode aired, that Sarah went on did an interviews, and you know Ayan says that she called her a victim. And I was like, ugh. Like I like Sarah, but I think I like Sarah, but then at the same time, when it comes to Sarah, Sarah gives me the vibe that she's a know-it-all and she is all high and mighty, right? That's the thing that I get from Sarah. But you guys let me know what you think about that, and we will discuss that in the comments section, you guys. So then Ayan let Stanberry know that she thought that her mom was 65 years old, but turns out her mom is 80. So she told Stanberry that she may be older than her. I really doubt that Chanel Ayan is older than Stanberry. I doubt it, but hey, you never know, right? I mean, just because your mama's 80 don't mean that doesn't mean that you're older than what you are. But I also remember that I think Chanel didn't know Did she know her date of birth like that? I can remember. I would have to go back and rewatch season one of The Real Housewives of Dubai. It has been a minute since season one aired. So, yeah, you guys, that's really all we got for Chanel. We'll go ahead and move over to our girl, Lisa. I love me some Lisa Milan. But I love that girl since she was on College Hill, Miami. But here we go, y'all. Here is Lisa. So Lisa, we see Lisa. So she and Ayan, they actually kind of opened up the episode. So we saw them as they went to go play paddle. Which here's the thing: paddle, tennis, and pickleball. All three of those look the same. What's the difference? If anybody knows the difference, please let me know in the comments or in the live. What is the difference between those three? Because they all look very similar to me. But people love to do them. People love to do them. Now, if you guys don't know, currently Lisa and Ayan are not friends with each other. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Watching this first episode, I can kind of see where the cracks may have come in because Lisa was letting us know that Ayan doesn't really like the fact, she doesn't really like the fact or doesn't like to share that, Lisa has other friends outside of her. And I was like, ooh, is this where the crack comes in? The fact that you have other friends, and so then she goes and makes friends with Stanberry and ice you out. Like, I don't know that that's what happened, but I was like, I'm just wondering if those are the chain of events. Not saying that that's what it is, just a question that I have in my head. So they also Lisa talked about getting all the girls together for a brunch because they haven't all been in the same room with each other since the Beyonce concert, right? Now, everybody was talking about it. The only person who they asked, well, did she go? Was she invited? And did she go? Sarah, she said no. And I was thinking to myself, like, why you say it like that? Like, you can just say, no, I didn't go. It's not really my thing. But the way she said it with such disgust. Okay, Sarah, whatever. So then Ayan told Lisa that she'll be meeting with Stanberry. She told her, like, with she and Stanberry, they do talk to each other, they do check on each other. And so Lisa's like, okay, well, go to the meeting and then tell me everything that happens after. So then after that scene, we see Lisa with her sons, and she was playing soccer with her son. Well, her two older sons, they're into soccer. And so we also see her, she's taking a business call. Now, you guys know she has the company Mina Road. That's a maternity company. That's a maternity line. I know that who wore her stuff from Housewives. I know that previously Sonya wore some of her stuff. I know that Dr. Nicole, I believe, wore some of her stuff from her maternity line. Beyonce wore her stuff when she was pregnant. So Lisa got the coin. So you can say whatever you want to say. So she's rebranding rebranding, and she wants to go more editorial, and she's adding new products. And I'm like, come on, girl. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So then we see the girls as they're meeting for brunch, and Lisa couldn't help it but to shade Stanberry. And I'm here for it, right? Now, when she said it was winter there, I was like, wow, winter for Dubai is still hot because they managed made a point to show what the temperature was in Dubai throughout the course of the episode, and it was 90 degrees. I was like, that's summer here, but I mean, they are in the desert, so I mean, my God, I just do not think I could live in Dubai. No parts of me think I could live in the hot one. Like, it's a desert. Who? And y'all remember last season, she had ice blocks delivered to her home and put in her pool. Yeah, Dubai, it might be pretty to visit, but I just don't think that I would want to personally live in Dubai. So The ladies found out a little bit more about Celine. Like I said, she was a singer. She went on tour with, she was signed to Jamie Foxx. She's been on tour with so many people. I forgot the names that she dropped, but she says that she gave up her love of music for her husband. If it worked for you, that is all that matters. So then Ayan made a mention to Talene about, what Stanberry had told her about Talene face planting in front of her. And Talene says, her vagina was not out. So it is what it is, right? So then Sarah was talking about, this spiritual healing journey that she's on, and how, excuse me, how she's gotten the other black lady to go on a journey with her as well. So Ayan felt a way about that, and she let it be known. And that, at one point they were getting into it with each other. So Stanberry was like, "Can y'all go off by yourselves and have the conversation?" They went off by themselves to have the conversation, and this is my personal opinion. If you guys agree, cool. If you guys disagree, it is what it is, right? But when Ayan and Sarah went to have the conversation with each other, I honestly felt like Sarah was doing nothing but deflecting from what Ayan was telling her, and how Ayan was telling her how she felt. Because Sarah was saying, well, you said I don't have any businesses. Well, you said that, now you're modeling. It's like you're not addressing what she's saying. She's telling you she felt comfortable enough with you last year to have that conversation with you, and then for you to go behind her back and do an interview where you talk about her being a victim, or using that, you're not listening to what she says. And I felt Ayan's frustration in that moment. And I would have been like, you know what, Ayan, just let the situation, let it go. She doesn't see that she's wrong. She doesn't feel that she's wrong. So a person like that, there's no reasoning with them if they don't feel as if they said anything wrong, did anything wrong. You just gotta let it go. But that was the end of the first episode of the Real Housewives of Dubai. The girls are back. I'm gonna try to stick with doing reviews for them. Now, I know last night was just a special episode on Sunday. They're going to be moving to, I believe, Tuesday, starting June 11th, which is next Tuesday. So we'll probably go live on Wednesdays to discuss the Real Housewives of Dubai. But that's really all I got for this episode. Like I said, I know I left out one person. I have no intentions of speaking on her this season at all. I'm just going to act like she doesn't exist. If you guys feel the need that you want to discuss her, you can definitely do it in the live chats or in the comment section. I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem with you guys mentioning her. Just for me, I don't want to mention her because it's so funny that people call Candace a terror on social media, but that lady was a complete terror last season on social media. And that is all I got to say. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn your post notifications on, share the video, and until the next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.